Good morning. Sorry, that took a little longer to get set up than I anticipated. Hope you're doing great. Missed you guys last week. So, we're going to keep this on Thursdays. It's just works better with my schedule. So, we're just getting Instagram on. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of like just being a slowpoke today. I hope you've got your sweaters on. It's a little colder today. Here we go. Good morning. So, I hope you've had a fabulous week, fabulous weekend. We will want blocks. Okay, you'll want a blanket. You're going to want your racquetball. You probably won't need the one in the sock, but you will need tissues. We are going to do some Viloma breath today. Okay. Yeah, as it turns cold, one of the beauties of, for me, practicing yoga is this idea of moving our body. And as it gets chillier, we have the tendency to just bundle up and stay a little more sedentary. Your body will heat up better, right, if you focus on moving it. So you'll actually find that there is just a better overall feel. So keep moving. One of the other beauties of working in the cold is we can actually, your muscles, the heat that you produce is very beneficial for the body, but it will also, you can go deeper into poses. Now, with that said, this is, again, a yoga for everybody. So it's a yoga where you're like, well, Debbie, I don't really need to do back bends. I don't really need to get my foot up over my head and some of those funky, what I call stupid human tricks, right? But recognize that just don't let yourself go into that hibernation mode, right? Still do yoga, okay? I wanted to start with just a quote. This is from Matty Stepanek. You know, I spend some time in his books. I keep going to the wrong link. Anyway, this is one of his poems about matters. Matters, about matters. What really matters is choosing what really matters, not merely being aware or knowing about or even considering attentively. What really matters is choosing what really matters with a clear and gentle heart in all matters. So as we have this opportunity today to choose, right, to practice yoga, to move our bodies, go ahead and find a seat. I'm keeping my sweater on I'm downstairs. It's a little chillier today. So I'll keep it on for a little bit, then I'll take it off, okay? And you're welcome to do the same. You can keep your socks on for a bit if you want as well. Close your eyes, sit up on the edge of your chair, breathing deeply, letting that breath wash over. If all you have time to do today is to sit and breathe for a few minutes, fabulous. One of the things that happens, okay, with this, when we're sedentary, there's like a fear that kind of comes in and tightens us up. So as we really take the time to breathe, to move, there's this opening up of our bodies, right? It starts with our heart, starts with our leg. I mean, just starts with this movement. And it gives us this feeling of, "Ah, it's okay. Life's okay. I can do hard things. I can do this." So take some deep breaths. Notice how you feel now. I'll ask you the same thing at the end of class. And then begin. We're going to start with our head. Go ahead and tuck the chin. Stretch out the back of the neck. Now, when we tuck the chin, we have the option of lifting the shoulders or pulling them down. Notice what's difference. Okay. Up, yeah, you get a little stretch maybe in the rib cage, and down you actually get, oh yeah, a better stretch in the neck. Okay, so this is always going to be the case in every aspect of the body. Okay, if I go over to this side and I lift this shoulder, yeah, I get a stretch. But if I'll pull that shoulder down, then I'm moving this away from where that's going, and there's a deeper stretch that comes. Come back up, second side. Oh, that might be a little tighter. Mine is. Bring it up. You feel a release a little bit of the stretch, and then pull that shoulder back down. Okay. So, one of the things we're trying to do is make sure that we're always got a little bit of opposition. Now, if you've been in my classes over the years, I have taught this opposition principle. Okay. Our body works better with opposition. I hate sometimes saying that because sometimes I want it to go easy, but our life will go better with a little bit of opposition in it. Okay. And maybe sometimes a lot. Go ahead and tuck the chin again, lift the shoulders up and pull the shoulders down. Lift them up and pull the shoulders down. If this is all the time you have today, lift it up and pull them down. Please make sure you do this. And go ahead and up and over. Okay. Lift the shoulder up and then pull it down. One more. Lift the shoulder up and then pull it down. Okay. And then up to the other side. Lift the shoulder up and pull it down. Lift the shoulder up and pull it down. Yeah. And then go ahead and just roll through those shoulders. Bring the head back up, forward, up, back, down. We are still, it's October, right? And we're working backs, but we're going to work into our shoulders today. Okay. We're going to do some things that you maybe not have done on a chair before. Don't get scared and run away, right? Go ahead and change that direction. Go back, pushing the shoulders back, bring them up, take them forward, and bring them down. And then go back and up and forward and down. One more, back, up, and forward and down. Then I'd like you to take a roll through your spine. I'll turn sideways so you can see this. Okay. So tuck the chin and just come down. Let it go down as deeply as you can. If you can go all the way down, great. If you've got stuff that gets in the way, that's okay too. Just come and feel, and then just breathe into this back as it expands. And then roll up. Start down here and start to stack one vertebrae, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then the shoulders, and then the neck, and then the head, and look straight forward. And then we're going to actually take the chin to the ceiling, widen through the neck. So you're just spreading the jaw. Think wide and reach it up. And then you're going to up and over like maybe a racquetball or something. Maybe your fist up and over. You'll feel a deeper stretch on the back sides of the neck and down into the shoulders and in between the shoulder blades. And come all the way down. Now we're going to tuck. Tuck the chin and go down. Go as deep as you can. Coming all the way down.
And then inhale, you're going to stack one vertebrae on top of the other, coming all the way back up. Shoulders on the back, back of the neck, back of the head. Pause, straight forward. It's like somebody's kind of pulling on the back of my ears. And then let the chin jut up. Okay, we're going to do two more. Now, let's do three more of those. That's two of them we've done. Inhale. Maybe you look up just a little bit, opening through the heart. Notice when we start working core like this, we start getting warm. Go ahead and up and over. Feel like you've got a ball or something's in the way, so you got to go up and over. And notice the shoulder blades will pull down the back. That's what we want. Tuck the chin, come forward, come to where you can. Maybe you can go with chest on the thighs and let the arms dangle. And then when you start to inhale, you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Push into your feet if you went down that low, even if you didn't. Stack one vertebrae. Don't come up too fast. Really try to feel like you're just pulling one and then the other and then the other as you slowly unwind shoulders, neck, head. Take a breath. Lift the chin. Stretch through the front of the neck and then find that up and over. Notice that the minute I do that, my shoulders pull away. Let them pull away and down your back. And then tuck the chin. And here we go, number 4. Roll it down. Come all the way. Maybe you can't come this far. You come as far as you can. And then come back up, inhaling. Come back up, inhaling, right? One vertebrae at a time. When I do this, sometimes it's hard to hear when I get down there, so I hope that that's okay. And then go ahead and look up. Reach up. This is our last one. Stretch. Feel a ball or something right up in. Come back. Notice that you're starting to get warm. And come all the way down. Roll down. And inhale. Come back up, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Yeah, nicely done. Get the head, the neck, the chest. Go ahead and look it up. Look up, not look it up. Beautifully done. And just pause and go back and forth. So you're just creating space, okay? Go ahead and take this shoulder up, back, lift the elbow, take it behind, grab the chair. Pull the elbow instead of up high. That high rolls the shoulder forward. Roll it up and into the waistline and take the twist. Now, the tendency here is to kind of do this in the chair. Go ahead and pull back with this whole hip. This whole leg is pushing down. So as you go up and over, the twist is happening in the torso. Look, and then maybe you look towards the back as well. This hand can help, but the knee doesn't get to just, there's a hug in. Hug the hand and the knee together. There's that opposition again. And release. Now I want you to remember how that one felt. When we come back the second side, see if it's a little bit easier. Okay, roll shoulder up, roll it a couple of times, and then take it with you, the arm. Take it back. Not elbow up, elbow down towards the waistline. Okay, notice how the weight wants to come off this leg and just go here, and you want to just twist in the chair, but you're rooting down on that chair. Okay, hand comes here, there's a push, and just open it up. You may just go a little bit. It's okay. You can still feel it. Take some deep inhales. Hug up with the low belly. Tighten across the rib cage. Oh, yeah. And release. Pretty nice. Here we go. First side. Roll a couple times and then take the arm with you, right? Elbow in. Opposition. Pushing down. Lengthening up. Notice, oh my gosh, that twist feels easier. And come back. Second side, roll the shoulder, do a couple of them, and then take the elbow and arm with you. Hand here, twist it open. Inhale, find the length. Remember the low belly hugs in, rib cage tightens, and release. Beautifully done. Up and over. Take one arm up. Now, as we go, you're going to want to lift, but you're going to pull down. So you notice that I'm going to give you cues throughout class today to go opposite. Go ahead and go as deep. Notice, can you feel this shoulder want to come back? It's okay, but then feel what it feels like to pull the shoulder forward. So you really are to the side. And then instead of the shoulder up here, you're pulling it away. Okay, that pulls that shoulder blade onto the back and supports this kind of a curl. And come back to center. So there's nothing that heats me up faster than actually moving my core that way. It's a fabulous thing to do. Here we go. Up and over. Okay, go ahead and go for that. Let that right hip, or let this hip lift, sorry, and pull that back down so that you feel that stretch. And it's not just because you're going that direction, it's because you're going both. Opposition. I want you to think of the opposition type things in your life. Okay, you want to put them in the comments. That would be awesome. Up and back with that shoulder. We don't let the shoulder stay up by the ear. We pull it away so that that shoulder blade on the back moves this way into the spine because you've got a hand on the chair. And then go over. Yeah, that may come back. As you pull that, you got a little bit of a twist going on as well. And then you're just actually going to pull that shoulder forward so that we'll do this again. Pushing down, finding both of them. The tendency is to let the knees do this. Try to keep them engaged. Okay, if that's really hard, come on out of that. This is a fabulous tool. It just helps remind you, oh yeah, squeeze the block, right? Let's go the first side. Up and over, shoulder. Take it up and back. Get it on the back, right? And up and over to the side. Pull down. Now notice as you squeeze these, your hip doesn't lift as much. There's just some little tiny things that we can learn to do. That shoulder pulls forward so that you are in a side bend. And then come back up. Second side, up and over, shoulder. Take it back, right? Over, squeeze that block. Pull the shoulder forward so you're in that side bend. And then come back up, okay? So we're going to do, I don't know what you'd call them. It would be a barrel roll if you were on your hands and knees. And it might be that, but I'd like you to kind of do it with your arms, okay? Totally just do arms here or here if that's easier for you to do. I'll do one the regular way. We'll actually do 3 each side, okay? So up and over. We've already been here. Then you're going to come and you're going to round. So this whole side of the body is going up and over, almost up and over, something of a resistance, right? So it goes up and over. You're going to come forward. So you're in that forward fold, and then you're going to switch arms and go around to the other side. And then you're actually even going to open. You can open both arms if you want, or you can just do one and come back. Here we go again. I'll do it with a bent elbow. Over, round this side and up. So yeah, and then one more. This time, hand behind the head. You can keep up, but find that stretch. As that elbow reaches, the hip pulls back, and you are going to lengthen. You know that we're working bodies today, right? Side bodies, keeping them long and supple. Yeah. Okay, so we've done 3 to that side. This way. First, straight arm. You don't have to do a straight arm if it hurts. Come forward. Round this way. Find the maximum stretch from this hip all the way through those fingertips. Come forward. You're welcome to bring both arms or keep one down and open it up. Okay, here we go. Bent elbow. Up and over. Yeah, and then forward. That's probably the easiest way to move is that one, the least amount of stretching. Now hand here, because this is easy here, but when you come here and reach that elbow forward, it is amazing the stretch that happens. And then come over and around, stretch again, and up, and then pause. Now, if that hurts your low back, it means the legs aren't working. So grab a block. You don't have a block, grab something you can squeeze your legs together with. Okay. So fabulous work. Close your eyes and just breathe. Now, here we come back into the twist. Ready? Shoulder up. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. Come all the way up. Get that shoulder, not here, but back. Hand here. Squeeze those blocks. Twist and notice, oh my goodness, I can twist in greater. It feels easier. That's the whole point. And come back. This one, roll, take the arm with you, shoulder on the back. So you notice I just keep doing that. I'm reminding myself, get that shoulder back. That's where I want to work. Hand here. Oh, take the twist. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. And gently release. Beautifully done. Let's roll up and down one more time. Open up, feel the neck expand, and then create. Maybe it's your fist. Maybe it's like a softball. It's about the size of a tennis ball or a racquetball. And then you come over. So even here, I'm trying to reach. And when I do that, notice my voice. If I go like this, and then it can't talk, right? You can't hear. So I'm keeping that up. I'm keeping that space because this space here and the strength is going to help this open greater. That's what that opposition can do for us. Go ahead and come down. Come to your place. Maybe you can go all the way to the floor. Squeezing that block, pushing into your feet. Roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. And you'll roll up here, but see if you can shift the weight so that your back is coming back, so that you're stacking on this part of your vertebrae as well, that pelvic girdle, right? And all the way up. Head to the side, pull the shoulder down. Head to the other side, pull the other shoulder down, right? Stretch the chin, open up. And come back and just close your eyes, pause. The breathing is a little easier. It's because you've opened up between the ribs, between the muscles of the diaphragm, giving you more space. Okay. Now, hands are going to go right underneath. They're on the ribs, so you can feel your ribs. Okay. You might have some extra flesh around here. It's okay. Okay, we're not worrying about it. Remember, mindfulness or being aware and paying attention to what's going on is done non-judgmentally. And that's the hardest part, I agree to. So with your hands right on the rib cage, inhale and see if you can get the hands. You're not moving the hands, but you're going to move and expand the rib cage. Okay, so fingers can be touching right here or almost touching. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract, tighten the rib cage, and as you exhale, I'm not moving my hands, but I'm tightening. They come back together. Inhale, expand. Exhale, creating more space. One of the best things we can do for our body, mentally, physically, and even spiritually, is to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Beautifully done. So we kind of started right off the bat. You're like, holy moly, what's going on today? Okay, go ahead and come back to our feet. You'll want to block handy. Okay, on the racquetball, find some space, find some places. Notice that it just feels better to sit in your chair after you've moved like that. Yeah, it really does. And then go ahead and just find some key places. Maybe a little tender. Stay there. Roll on them. Yeah, I'm going to actually scoot back just a little. And then remember, sharing across, start at the ball of the foot, and then slowly work to the arch, inner and outer, and kind of keep moving back. If you need to move the ball back, you can. Sometimes it's so funny. You're like, kind of like, oh no, my foot's getting clear out there. Just pick it up, move the ball back, and come back in. So I'm finding right there, it's more on the outside, ooh, just a little tenderness there. So my heel is still down, and then you're going to put the ball of the foot down and the toes down, and you'll go through the back of the heel or the front part of the heel all the way to the back of the heel. And for me, I don't feel a ton in the heel. I'm kind of calloused because I'm barefoot so much. Okay, so that's the shearing. Then we're going to go forward and back. Go all the way to the heel. Go on the very outside edge, clear to the pinky toe. And then go back, come back to the fourth toe. And then go back and come back to that third toe. And then go back and come back to the second toe. Just takes a little bit of practice, and I still lose it. And come back to that big toe, yeah? Then see if you can spread your fourth and big toe on either side of the ball. That's creating space in between. If you need to use your hands to do so, get your hands down there, yeah. And then just hold and squeeze. Okay, you're trying to lift the ball up. Yeah, I can't do a very good job. I got short toes. We used to have a contest in class when we actually physically met in class to see who could lift that up. And then pause and notice that foot. It's pretty amazing. Let's do the second foot. Find tightnesses. So you might think to yourself, okay, Debbie, so where's opposition here? Okay. What do you think? Yeah, that pushing down is creating because we're pushing against something. So it really, this is how the body works best. I think of all the times I'm like, oh, I just wish life were a little easier, right? I really have stopped doing that. And it's like, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I pay attention to what's really going on? And it makes a difference. It makes a difference in how I treat others. It makes a difference in how I treat myself. It makes a difference in just understanding and being able to be non-judgmental. Okay? Because every day we're a little bit different. Go ahead, heel down, shearing across, unless you've still got a place that you want to keep that ball. This is your practice. I'm just helping guide. Okay, slowly work your foot forward so the ball's moving back towards the heel. You're going to find some places there that are like, whoa, so tight. And then move the ball back if you need to. Put the toes and the ball of the foot down and go back across the front of the heel. Right? And then move it a little bit. Beautifully done. And then we're going to roll. Okay. So start at the heel all the way across that outside edge to the pinky toe. And then notice my hands are spreading so that I can get those toes. And here we go. And again. And then come to where you're on the inside edge and it's that big toe. And then go ahead and just try to find big toe and fourth or fifth toe. What you're doing is you're creating a spread. Our toes love that. And it may be really difficult, and that's okay. And then release, pause. Should feel pretty good. Okay. You can lose the ball unless, let's do our hands. When you practice yoga and you're not in a chair, you plant your hands often. When getting up and down and getting onto the floor is difficult, then our hands don't get the same amount of work. So let's do the same thing where you just take the ball and just push. Okay, actually take it and squeeze it first. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's a pretty good thing to do. And then you can put it down And you can roll over. You might find some places on your thigh that are like, hey, that's a little tight right there. I'll just keep it there. Okay. So you're just kind of rolling around and pushing down. And then, okay, the shearing is still the same. Put the heel of the hand down and just go across. You can even go up into the fingers for this. Okay, this is really anti arthritis. Okay, working into the fascia of the hands. And then move it down until you're here, and then put the fingers down and roll through. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to call it double jointed, but then I actually took anatomy, and they're like, there's no such thing. There is over flexibility. So that's what I have. But those for me get really sore. I remember they got really sore for my mom too. I remember her complaining about that. So I'm going to get in there and I'm going to feel that. And then take the ball and let's roll the top. You're like, we didn't do that on the toes. You are welcome to do that on the toes as well. So I've still got this fourth finger jammed from in July, a rope swing mishap. Don't even ask, I'm not telling you. And that is one of the best things. And so I do a lot of this massage just right on that ring finger. So please, you have that option, okay? And then wiggle. Let's try the second side. First of all, just find tight places. Roll it around. Maybe you find them on your thigh and you want to go over there a little bit as well. And then plant the palm of the hand or the back edge and then just kind of go forward. I like to go with my fingers here. We want our fingers more dexterous, right, to do things. I know that as we age, doing stuff with our hands, yeah, arthritis is huge. So then put the fingers down and roll through, okay? Or you can leave them up and just roll. It's the same on both of them. Just that same little knuckle. And it's not very pleasant to do this, but I just breathe. Close your eyes, picture what it's going to feel like when you're done, and then go ahead and roll through. Because when you're done doing that, there is a definite tingle to the hands, to the feet, to the body. And yes, you can roll all over your body with these balls, and it's amazing. Okay, beautifully done. So we're going to work just the tops of our feet. One of the things that happens as we age is getting to be able to, flatten that. So go ahead and take the toes behind. Now, make sure your knee, and you're just going to gently put pressure. You're reaching the whole front of the foot forward. Now, if you're flexible enough, you can see. So I used to be able to walk on those and bend them over, but I had that foot break, and it's been 8 years, and it's still. So that's one of the things that happens with injuries, okay? And then come back up, plant, and reach. So now you're up on your toes, like you're standing on your tippy toes. And then come back up and go over them. And come back, spread. Really see if you can get the fourth and fifth toe away from the big toe. Just that feeling of spread engages the whole lower leg up and over the knee. It's a very good, beneficial. One more, up and over, reaching the front, and then release. Go ahead and roll through that ankle. Beautifully done. Second side. Come up. The first one is here. Now I've got a broken toe. I know. Craziness, huh? So that I'm not as flexible there as I used to be. Okay. And then go ahead and come and just reach. You're reaching the whole arch, the top of that foot forward. Come back up. Come back in. This is number 2. We're just doing 3 of them. Feel the pressure of like the ankle moving forward against, just our bodies, right? And then come back up, reach, one more, forward. Yeah. So notice my knee doesn't go past a 90-degree angle. If you've got knee issues, keep them at 90, okay? And and release, and roll through those ankles. Beautifully done. Okay. I think we're ready to do some movement. So today we're going to do a couple of things that we probably haven't done before on a chair. But before we do that, I want to warm up the back of our legs. So we'll get up. Go ahead and stand, okay? Come. Your chair will be in front of you. Hands here. Okay, step back and just lengthen your spine. Yep, it's our down dog. Okay, notice where your head is. Oftentimes it's here and we don't have the flexibility. See if you can think of what we did when we pulled that shoulder on the back. So we brought the elbow upright and got the shoulder on the back. See if you can find that same movement but holding onto the chair. It lifts the shoulders and then maybe you can get the chest to come down in between. You don't need to be this deep. Okay, breathe. Right. So I want you to step, if you could, 1 foot forward. And that one can go back a little bit. So we're kind of more in what we call pyramid pose. Now, the hips will want to do this. 1 high, 1 low. Try to keep them square to the ceiling or square to the floor. So, there's only really one way. You either get in a mirror or you go up here and feel it. And you go, oh, okay, there they are. So I do not want this, and then we don't want this either. So you might need to come here and bend your knees to be able to get that rear end up. Yes? Okay. Stretch the arms. Okay. The same arm as leg will stay on the chair. This other one is actually going to twist and back up and twist. Notice I'm just touching my shin. You can touch your thigh, just don't push onto your knee. And twist and back up. And twist and back up. 1 more. Twist and back up. And then just step forward. You may need to move through those legs and release them. So, very good for the outside of the hip. Okay? We don't get those very often. So we need to. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see better. You can just do the second side. Okay, 1 foot steps forward. Okay, same hand as arm is on the chair. Bend those knees. You're going to notice one side is a heck of a lot different. Now, we're doing it this way first. There's actually, doing the opposite arm. But we're going to start here because what I want you to get more than anything is from here to here. This action of reaching, maybe there's a bend in those knees, and then just twisting and coming back and twisting. Inhale, come back. Exhale, little twist. Getting into that hip. Come back and take a little twist. Okay? 2 more. And breathe. And then come back up. Okay, so that's done, and that just really feels awkward. I understand. I totally understand. Just do it anyway. Because it's really very beneficial for low backs and into the hips. Okay, so here we go, first side. Okay, this time, opposite arm than leg. Okay, can you see how high my body is? See if you can get back to where you can be here. Find if the hips are square. You can tell by feeling right here, this will be lower or that'll be lower. It's usually this way, but it can be either. Okay, bend those knees slightly if you need to. Now this hand is going to stay on the hip and you're just going to twist over the front leg and back. You can straighten the legs if you can get them straight. Open and back. Hand lift and back. That's 3. 2 more. And open and close. Anybody's back working? Open. Last. That was it. And walk forward. Okay, now, if you feel it here in the low back, try to push more into those feet. Here we go. Second side. You might be saying, yeah, this is getting more aggressive. This is just some back work that needs to happen. This is one of the very best things you can do for low back and hips. Okay. So come in, little bend in the knees so that you can get those hips up. Come down so that I'm trying to get as straight as I can with my spine. Now mine's looking up. When you do it, you're here. Okay. Opposite hand on the chair, same hand as foot is on the hip, and inhale and exhale. Notice I'm pulling the shoulder back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly come up. Beautifully done. So one of the things I use my countertop. And if I've been in the kitchen, which lately I've been dehydrating apples and tomatoes and my peppers and, kale. And so as we do that, stretch out that back. Now go ahead and pull back, rounding, and you're going to notice, oh, Debbie, I worked right here. Yeah, you did. So come in and out of that a couple of times. Now, if you find yourself a little sore, see how rounded I get? Okay, let that round happen, but don't stay there. This opens the back side of the back, but it compresses the front side. Okay, we want both sides strong. So when I'm doing that work, that reason you feel it is you're working these back muscles and you're requiring them to twist. And that's so beneficial. So beneficial. Okay. Let's do a couple sun salutations. We'll do 5 of them. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of back bending. Very supported. Okay. It's one of the things we forget to do. So I tell this story. My dad sometimes watches these, so he's an amazing man. He used to measure 6'3". He now measures 5'7". He has what we call a kyphosis, which is the hump. I can't even totally do it. But what happens is because of that hump, he's shorter, but he's also flattened out this part of the spine. So this part causes a lot of pressure because those vertebrae, instead of stacking on top of each other, are going like this and pulling back. Okay, he works really hard on getting that straight. He won't in this life be able to straighten that back out, but he can work to a place where he's not in so much pain, and then he can be active, which he is very active. Okay, so that's one of the things we want to do. Is also I've got to remember to work this way. Okay, that takes that and moves it here. That dowager hump that you see some people, and I see it in 40-year-olds, that they've spent some time here and they just work their head up on top. Okay, now I want my shoulders back, which we've been talking about, right? Those shoulders on the back so that I'm up tall and that spine is in its neutral position and its optimal position. So sun salutations. Hands can go here, they can go here. You don't even need to lift them past here, okay? But go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, you're hinging. So I'm just coming forward. There is no round in my back here. You might say, Deb, I can only move a little bit. Perfect, okay? You move to where you can to keep that back. And then hands are on the thigh. You're gonna round and push back. And then you're gonna unwind again, okay? That's the first stage. Inhale up. There's the exhale. Hands right here. Inhale. Exhale, round it back. Go as tight as you can and inhale. Up we go and exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, pull it back. And inhale, unwind. Here we go again. Inhale again. Exhale, hinge. Hands on the thighs. Inhale, curl it back. Exhale. Inhale, unwind. Yeah. Let's add a twist. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Pull it back. Inhale, unwind. Take the arms up. And this time, that same movement, up and over. Take the twist. Notice the legs. If you need to put that block in between to remind yourself, or maybe you can just do it. And back. Here we go, other side. Inhale up. Take the twist. Pull back. Notice this twist. Okay, this is our third twist. And come back. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Hands on the thighs. Exhale back. Inhale, unwind. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, take the twist. Get those legs. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale up. We're going to go hinge first. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, curl it back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Here we go, second side. Inhale up. And exhale. Shoulder on the back. Take the twist. Use the chair to help. Use your body. Twist it around. And release. One last. Inhale. Up. Hinge. Hands on the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Unwind. So that should feel pretty good on that back we just worked. Okay. So let me turn to the side because I want you to see this. So if setting this up is really difficult, getting up and out of the chair is tough, that's okay. But if you can, the blanket's going to go here, okay? I'm going to sit on the edge of the chair, and I'm actually going to let my shoulders come back here. I'm creating, I'm not rounding, I'm lifting up. Now, if that is really difficult, okay, then you're going to do this, and you're going to put it right there at the sacrum and on your chair. And I've got a regular folding chair, and you can see that the blanket's holding the block in place, okay? And then I'm going to up and over. You could totally just stay here if you want, creating a back bend, okay? If you can also bring that here. Oh, that doesn't work. I thought maybe it would. It won't. So that's just to, if you can. But if you can, and it doesn't bother you, and you are welcome to use this, because if our knees go wide, then we're compressing our low back. So we want to keep our knees together so that there's as much expansion in this low back as possible. Okay. And then you can come here. Shoulders are on there. Okay. Because my shoulders are here, if my sternum is reaching the ceiling, it's okay. Notice my voice doesn't change. Now, if I'm over here and I go back, then you can hear that. That's a compression of the vertebrae. We don't want that. Here I'm opening and I'm lifting. Now, I still like to keep a little pressure, and maybe you start to feel that in your neck really quick if that's the case. Bring the chin to the chest and come back up. But we are working the spine, okay? Take it back. Open it up. Take a breath here. Tuck the chin. Come back up. So you're welcome to stay there. The one thing that you can't get there that you can get here. So if getting up and down on the floor is easy for you, okay, put a block. You can go as high as you need to with that block. You're going to bring your hips down. This block will be up on the chair. Hold on to the chair. Come scoot off and sit on the block. Now, tall is a little more wobbly than this, but either way is fine. Okay, then you're going to bring it up, and it's going to hit right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. Okay, and then this block, wherever you need it, is supporting the head. So if you can happen to get down like this, notice this expansion as you breathe. Take a couple of deep breaths. I love to do these in the morning, because in the morning, the energy of just opening up through my heart. Take a couple of deep breaths. If you haven't been down on the floor in a while and it's really difficult to do, you can do this the other way. What I haven't found is how you can really support the head so you can stay here long enough and then go ahead and come up. Let's see if we can figure out something. I fiddled with this once, but I just had an idea. So when you're coming out, you can totally go forward, right? Come off to the side, get yourself back up, okay? Or if you're strong enough, you can just lift, okay? Let's try. I have a thought. As we come back, I want to squeeze that block because I want to keep those legs there. What if I put that block right there on the edge of the chair? Okay, you gotta start going back. You can feel that the front side of the body is having to work. You want to tighten those muscles. And maybe you let your shoulders just hang. I'm pushing quite significantly. It's not on my neck. It's right on the back of my head, opening up. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then tuck your chin to come back up. Yeah, beautifully done. All righty, it's time to end. What a fabulous work you've done today. We've done a few things that we've never done, okay? So you have options. If you can get on the floor on your back, fabulous. Okay, windshield wipers with your knees. For those of you that don't know what those are, I think most of you do. It's just out to the side and the legs just go down and inhale up, and then take your head the opposite way of the knees. The inhale is up, the exhale is down. This is fabulous if you're pregnant. This is fabulous if you have just done the work we've done, because now those muscles are getting kind of compressed into the floor as you roll side to side. Okay, so that's one option. Notice I roll to the side, use my hands to bring myself back up. You want to do that every time, okay? That's just a really beneficial way to do that. Now, if you can't get on the floor, okay, to do those and to come into Shavasana that way, we can totally do this. I would grab a block again, take the legs to this side and just twist back around here. And then walk the feet back. Yes, it takes a little more effort. We're worth it. And twist back to this side. Okay, so you're wringing out that spine. Inhale, bring it back. You might get an exhale in and another inhale by the time you walk all the way around and take the twist. And inhale, come back. Walk it around. Walk it around. Inhale here. And exhale, take beautifully done. Fabulous work. Either on your back in Shavasana supported, or grab blocks and maybe a pillow. Get it close. Or maybe your blanket, maybe a bolster. If getting down, if bending is tough, just come here. I would turn your head to one side, rest it there. Take some deep breaths and let everything sag. So here's a place you don't want to use muscle. Now, yeah, we have to use some because we're seated. If you're on the back, okay, you're going to take, and I love blocks under the knees. But let me show you what we kind of figured out. Hang on just a sec. I've got some of these type pillows, not pillows. Come onto your back. These underneath my knees, fabulous. Now, if you are pregnant in third trimester, you know we don't lie on our backs, okay? But open up. If you are pregnant, I know that my niece got on the other day, so I know that sometimes that happens, okay? If that's the case, and you are, you're going to go on a side with the pillows between your knees. Yep. So whatever way you choose to, and if you can get up and down, from a chair to the floor, back to the chair, back to the floor. Be grateful. And if it's a little difficult, but you can still do it more because your body will adapt to that. Okay, that's the beauty of this body. Okay, if we go back to the poem I read from Maddie Stepanek, okay, what matters is doing what really matters. And moving our body is one of those things that really matter. Okay. So if you happen to be here doing your Shavasana, you're welcome to stay. If you're on the floor, stay as well. See if you can stay for an additional couple of minutes than what maybe, yeah, that's a word, maybe you normally would do. Let yourself have an extra few minutes of just supported love. Take some deep breaths. Try to let everything go. Your thoughts, they'll come. They're like clouds that go across the sky. As we kind of maybe say to yourself, as we go into the winter months, which we are there, okay, it's not going to get warmer before it gets colder first. Enjoy that your body can actually work a little deeper because it can get heated up without overheating. There's strength building that can happen in the winter and fall, winter, and early spring. But focus on what really matters. Have a wonderful day and week. Namaste. Bye-bye. See you later. See you later.